I attended National University of Costa Rica, Universidad Nacional, and it was right in the downtown area of Heredia, Costa Rica. Uh, there was a lot of movement around down there, and a lot of shops and places to see. A lot of what you can see here are the red taxis, which were like the national taxi service, and it was kind of there was some tension between Uber and the red taxis because I mean obviously Uber's eating up a lot of their business. So I was always a little afraid to get an Uber near red taxi. But here was one of the entrances to the university. I have to say the layout of the university was really interesting because it was really open. Like there's a lot of breezeways, and I guess it doesn't matter that it was open because it wasn't ever cold there, and there was a lot of nature to take in. So that's how it was. But the campus was basically just like any other campus. It had a good feel to it. And while I was there, I was taking I took classes through USAC, which is a study abroad program. During the summer semester, they have two different sessions, which is basically like two mini semesters. So I took three classes during the first semester and one class during the last semester. A little stressful to be so condensed, though. This building was the building where I had my first, or one of my classes in the first session. With Gustavo, a Costa Rican guy who taught just some Spanish grammar. He was really awesome. Me and my friend had him for both sessions, and it was really nice. But one thing that's interesting about the buildings was like they're all open. On the right hand side, there's classrooms, and on the left hand side, there's like an atrium, and it was like that in every building. And of course, I was trying to be like a vlogger for parts of my video recording, and it just didn't work out. I had my friend Crisula to back me up, though. Yes. Do you think this is the most obnoxious thing ever? If I was to do this all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
By the time I'm at school, I'm gonna be so like drowning in everything else that I'm not gonna want to end at this. But yeah, Crisula was one of my closer friends while I was abroad from the U.S., of course, and there was like exercise equipment on campus one day, and I just couldn't resist doing something. So if you don't know Vine references, you're not gonna get the next 30 seconds. Have you ever seen the Vine of that kind of exercise?
With all the old people.
Yeah, and it's like that weird song. It's kind of like Powerpuff Girls.
Or
like,
wait, no, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, it was like, and then the guy's just like.
Yeah. Oh, the guy with the one doing this.
Yeah, like that's what I want to do right here. I just had to do that anyways. Yeah, I felt a little stressed out sometimes that I wasn't making a lot of like Costa Rican friends. I had pretty much all my friends were through the USAC program, which everyone was from the US. But you just can't do weird things when there's a language barrier involved, like talking to statues, for instance. Can I have that book, madam? Just doesn't work out when you don't have cool friends. But also, our group kind of had a little bit of a dark humor side. But some of it was caught on video, and I'm happy to say that I have cut it out. I'm really happy I'm cutting all the audio out of these. I can see myself like laughing at this in like 6 months. That's pretty much what I did, except it was more like 5 months later. I feel, oh, it's so closed, look at it. Yeah, I really liked the library on campus because it was one of the only places on campus that was like closed and had air conditioning in it. But one of the nice things was that you can't really escape from all the nature around. And yeah, it's hot and stuffy sometimes and humid for sure, but there's a lot of nice plants and some horrifying bugs. What the hell is that? Can you see it on this? Nope.
Ew.
Yeah, you can. What the hell are you, you monster? Monster. But along with the bugs and the nature was like the wildlife and the animals. Kitty. Yeah, I mean, there was dogs and cats around. And no matter how many times I told Crisula that the dog's gonna be ravenous, she would always go up to a stray dog and pet it, and it was always really sweet to us, so that's nice. Here's one of their classes. Well, it's the only classroom that I had during my second session, and this was like our view walking out of there every day. There was definitely construction going on campus. Don't know what it's gonna be, but I wish I could have seen a finished product. And, the architecture there is a lot, I wouldn't say it's as exquisite as some of the architecture in the U.S. universities, but it was also always like a lot of, hubbub going on with a lot of people learning. And I just wish I hadn't been so awkward to not record anything while I was when that was going on. But this was maybe a scene that you would see of me walking out of class on a regular day.
Wait, you should get one from this place.
I should get one what? My smoothie? I could. I mean, I'm not as stingy now because we got the 5,000 colones from not going to Irasu. Long story short, we were going to go to a volcano called Irasu, but there was too many clouds and it was so foggy we couldn't see anything, so they gave us our money back. You already did? Okay, do they have, is this place like a bakery too? Do they have bread?
No, they just have smoothie.
That's alright.
It's like a little
Fruit bowls. I just love bread because it's cheap. And I did eat a lot of bread. It was like 50 cents or less everywhere I went in Costa Rica. But after school, I would either go eat food with someone, hang out, or study, and then I would walk home. And one night I actually caught some audio of me talking to my host mom on a walk home after school. Oh, hola. Bien, sí. Muy lindo, pero estoy muy cansado. Sí. Sí. If that doesn't encapsulate how awkward all of my interactions were with my host parents, I don't know what does. But they were awesome. Like, I had some good conversations with them, too. Just sometimes interacting with people is not my forte. But I would always let it out with a sigh of anxiety.